Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taras Kulish. I'm a lawyer with Mills Mills, and we represent the International League of POW MIA families of the war in Ukraine. This organization is Canadian-based, headquartered in Toronto, and it has been established to support families of missing military and civilian volunteers connected to the war in Ukraine. Led by Director Marc Mazerolle, the organization aims to assist families worldwide who are seeking information, support, and closure regarding missing loved ones. It will provide resources, develop targeted programs, and collaborate with partner organizations to build mental health support services for families. The initiative responds to the growing number of families facing uncertainty, emotional distress, and limited access to reliable updates, especially those encountering language barriers. To address these challenges, the League will improve access to information, foster international collaboration, and establish structured support systems, including a centralized coordination hub in Kyiv, Ukraine. Marc Mazerolle has emphasized that there is a need for global cooperation. Families across approximately 90 countries around the world are affected by unaccounted for foreign fighters in Ukraine. His personal motivation stems from the loss of his son, Patrick Mazerolle, a 24-year-old Canadian volunteer killed in action in Ukraine in September 2025. The organization seeks to bridge communication gaps and advocate for families navigating the complexities of missing persons in conflict zones. Through partnerships, it aims to expand access to counseling, crisis support, and compassionate care services. Families, organizations, and stakeholders are encouraged to connect to learn more about its programs and upcoming initiatives. Je vais poursuivre en français. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs. Je suis avocat pour la Ligue internationale des familles des prisonniers de guerre et des disparus au combat en Ukraine. Alors, cette nouvelle organisation à but non lucratif établie à Toronto et dirigée par Marc Mazerolle a été établie pour soutenir les familles des militaires et de volontaires civils portés disparus dans la guerre en Ukraine. La Ligue a pour mission de fournir un accès à des informations fiables, de soutenir les familles et de favoriser la collaboration internationale afin de répondre aux défis liés aux personnes disparues dans le conflit. Elle développera des programmes visant à améliorer la circulation de l'information et à offrir un accompagnement structuré, notamment en matière de soutien psychosocial. Face aux difficultés rencontrées par les familles, absence d'informations précises, barrières linguistiques et coordination limitée entre pays, l'organisation prévoit la mise en place d'un centre de coordination à Kiev, Ukraine, destiné à réunir des familles, gouvernements et partenaires. Monsieur Marc Mazerolle a dit « Nous voulons rassembler les familles du monde entier et travailler ensemble pour obtenir des réponses et assurer la dignité des personnes disparues. » Cette initiative est née d'une expérience personnelle. Son fils, Patrick Mazerolle, volontaire canadien de 24 ans, a été tué en Ukraine en septembre 2025. Dans un contexte où de nombreuses familles restent sans réponse, la Ligue entend agir comme une plateforme de référence et de défense des droits pour celles-ci à l'échelle mondiale. Merci beaucoup, mesdames et messieurs. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. Marc Mazerolle, Founding Director.
Good morning, Member of Parliament, member of the diplomatic community, representative of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Bon après-midi, membres du Parlement, membres diplomatiques de la communauté, représentants des médias, invités distincts, mesdames et messieurs, merci pour nous rejoindre à nous aujourd'hui. Mon nom est Marc Mazerolle. I'm the founder and president of the International League of POW and MIA Families of the War of Ukraine. Today is much more than the presentation of a new organization. Today marks the beginning of an international movement created by families for families. Every war creates visible victim, but there's also the invisible victim. The mother who waits, the father who continues searching, the husband and wife who refuse to lose hope, the children who still ask when their loved one is coming home. Behind every prisoner of war, behind every missing soldier, there is an entire family living with uncertainty, fear, and unanswered question. For those families, every phone call mattered, every email mattered, every piece of information mattered. Every day without an answer felt like an eternity. My own family understands this pain. Our son volunteered to defend Ukraine. His sacrifice forever changed our life. As we began navigating this difficult journey, we discovered that thousands of families from around the world are facing the same uncertainty. Many felt isolated. Many did not know where to turn. Many struggle to understand the complicated administrative and legal procedure. Many simply needed someone to guide them and remind them that they're not alone. It became clear that family that needed an international voice, a voice capable to bring people together across borders, a voice dictated to compassion, cooperation, dignity, and hope. This is why we created the International League of POW MIA Families of the War in Ukraine. From the very beginning, our league has three immediate priorities. First, to continue promoting the cause of prisoner of war, missing person, and their family at their international level, ensuring that their voice remain heard and their story are never forgotten. Second, to bring together family association and support group from around the world into one strong international network, encouraging cooperation, sharing expertise, and building partnership between organizations that often work independently. Third, to provide immediate assistance to family by helping them access reliable information, guidance, resource, and compassionate support during one of the most difficult periods of their life. Our long-term vision is even greater. We aim to establish a central international organization capable of coordinating comprehensive services for families, whether in Ukraine or elsewhere. Working closely with government, humanitarian organization, legal professional, and international partners. As our league grows, it's our hope to establish an office in Kyiv in the near future. This office will strengthen cooperation with Ukrainian institutions and humanitarian organizations while allowing families to access support more directly and efficiently. We know this We know that this vision cannot be achieved overnight. Every lasting institution begins with a commitment, with determination, with collaboration, and with people willing to believe that family deserve better. Our goal is not to replace the work already being done. Our goal is to connect it, to strengthen it, to ensure that no family face this journey alone. We are not a political organization. We are a humanitarian organization. Our mission is simple: to support families, to advocate for the truth, to encourage transparency, to defend humanity, dignity, and to ensure that no family has to walk this difficult journey alone. Pain has no nationality. Hope has no border. Whether a family lives in Ukraine, Canada, United States, Europe, or anywhere else in the world, every family deserves compassion, respect, and truthfully information. We believe that every prisoner of war deserves human treatment under international humanitarian law. Every missing person deserves to be searched for. Every family deserves truthful information. Every family deserves respect. Our league will continue supporting families, documenting their need, encouraging cooperation with government and humanitarian organizations, raising international awareness, and helping families navigate an often overwhelming reality. Public awareness matters. History has shown that when the world pay attention, families are less likely to be forgotten. That is why the media are so essential partner to us. Your reporting keeps families visible. Your question encourages transparency. Your story inspires compassion. Today, we respectfully invite government, parliamentarian, humanitarian organization, legal expert, veteran organization, and member of the civil society to work together. No single organization can solve this issue alone. But together, we can build a stronger international network dedicated to supporting families with dignity, humanity, and hope. Our league is young, but every international movement begins with one courageous step. Today is that step. To every family still waiting for answer, you are not alone. To every prisoner of war, you are not forgotten. To every missing soldier, we will continue seeking truth. And we will continue standing beside your family. Thank you to everyone who believes that compassion, dignity, humanity, and hope must remain stronger than war. Thank you very much for attending my press conference. Merci beaucoup d'avoir attendu la conférence de presse. Si vous avez des questions dans l'audience ou les journalistes.
Yeah, hi, thanks. Dylan Robertson from the Canadian Press. I'm just wondering what we know about the numbers of unaccounted for foreign fighters of every nationality, but also of Canadians specifically.
Canadian, for what I know, there's 27 who passed already in Ukraine. That's what I was able to find out, not to government, but to agency who accounted for foreigner in Ukraine.
And you mentioned like 90 countries. Do you have a sense of the overall number? Are we talking hundreds, thousands?
Thousands of missing persons?
Who are foreigners, who are non-Ukraine
Are you talking the one fighting or the one who disappeared?
The disappeared number, I'm just wondering.
It could be anywhere between 70 and 90,000 people. pretty high, but it varies. It's hard to get official, the real official number from their country. They all political, they don't want to mention too much, so the number is hard to get the real actual number.
Right, and I'm sorry, 70 to 90,000 are missing of the Foreign Legion.
Yeah, that's...
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot more than I realized, yeah. I'm just wondering, I'm going to continue asking questions unless anyone jumps in online.
Please.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what's the gap right now between, what the Canadian officials offer for consular services, what the Ukrainian officials offer? You mentioned off the top some translation issues, for example.
There's translation issue. What happened when those volunteers go there and they sign a contract, they signed it with the Ukrainian army and Ukrainian government. So at that point, as soon something happened, Ukraine at the end of the day is calling the shot. So you need a Ukrainian lawyer. If you don't speak the language, well, you can easily get lost in the whole process. I got good help, but and I'm not blaming the Canadian government, not whatsoever. If you go with the official channel, my son has been missing in action since September 2nd. My wife, I'm not going to take the credit for the research she did. We talked to 14 brother-in-arm until we talked to the last one who was with him on the front line. He passed. When he passed, we know the exact location he passed. I got a 15-minute gap on the exact day that he passed. And if I look at the official channel from Global Affairs and the Ukraine government, which is a slow process, well, my son is missing in action, and that's all we know. If we didn't do all the research on our own, and it's a loss of time, some people helped me in Canada with connection in Ukraine, so I got a lawyer, I took care of the legal stuff of it. Now my goal is to get him out of there. I understand he's still at war. It's a gray zone. It's going to take us time, but we're not losing hope. And the main thing in this is when that happened to a family, you're totally, the first word that came in my mind is paralyzed. But you know what? With all the people that we met, Taras, you're one of them, but at the end of the day, you got hope. And that hope is going to keep us driving to get more answer. And because there's a loss of family out there, it's like I told you, the first word became, when I talk, I'm not talking to new family every day, but I can tell you I'm talking to new family every week. That's guaranteed. I got a phone call from France, Finland, Czechoslovakia. It's all the same thing. They're paralyzed, they don't know where to go, they don't know where to turn. It's a slow process. You still got to go to your own government for DNA, with foreign affairs. There's a legal process to go through. We're trying to find ways to expedite that system so we got the answer faster and maybe answer at the end of the day. Some of them's not going to have an answer. It's sad.
I'm curious how much of this is about the personal side, being able to have a death certificate, being able to have a body, being able to grieve, and how much of this is about the practical side of, if you don't have a proof of death and insurance is awfully complicated.
It is, and you know what? If my wife didn't do all that research and get to the last soldier who was with him alive, which just that fact is going to expedite the death certificate. But if we didn't have that, you can wait 5-6 years until they said, you know what, he's missing, but now his family. So I hope we don't got to wait 5-6 years just for a funeral, because we're in the same boat. I don't got a death certificate for my kid. He's missing in action, that's all we got. But we got witness. I went to Ukraine in February 19 to March 10. I met my lawyer there. I provide my own DNA, which I got confirmation those one are in the Ukraine system already. So if they ever get to my kid, well, at least I know there's a DNA there. But the DNA I provide in Canada, I'm still waiting for confirmation that's in the Ukraine system. And it's the process that they go through, it's the channel that they go through. There's a slowness in the system, and I'm not going to change that. Not on the government side, but if we can work in parallel with them and maybe speed up a few things that could help family get answer faster, well, you know what, I achieved my goal. At the end of the day is to give those family hope and working non-stop to provide result, not just word.
I'm wondering if either of you can talk about the prisoners of war. You know, what Russia does with Ukrainian soldiers is fairly well documented. I'm wondering, when it comes to foreign legion members who are taken prisoner by Russia, is it the same type of treatment? Is it different? Is there a different information gap?
I cannot confirm that because there's all kind of rumor. I can tell you what my kid told me, and if he would ever get prisoner, that wouldn't be good. He would rather be killed than to be prisoner, just for the fact that if they ever find out he is a foreigner. I cannot answer on that. We're not to the point that we deal with prisoner of war yet. Hopefully we're there for that to help them out too.
And you mentioned earlier on that you don't want to be critical of Global Affairs Canada.
No.
And I just wanted to ask about on Ukraine's side, do you feel like they're providing a sufficient amount of reach out to families, you know, given the country is at war?
I would say they're doing their best. They're at war. They got other priority. They're bottleneck with the little amount of body return that they're getting. And we need to have them, the international community need to understand that if we're bottlenecked with little amount, wait and see what's going to happen at the end of that war. When they start to flow in bodies and they got area, they can get at some area and retrieve bodies. Well, if they cannot process what they got right now and having hard time, a little drip at the time. So imagine when you open that tap. So they need to be ready, like the international community need to step in and make sure that Ukraine is ready to proceed, because those families going to be asking answers. That's not going to go away. I'll make sure that it's not going to go away. I'll reach them out and I'll continue to raise my voice for them until somebody is hearing us. We're just going to get louder and louder until we can't be anymore. But those answers going to have to if you let it go, all you're going to do, you're going to create a more complicated situation, way more costly. But those families going to still want the answer and have their loved one back, believe me. And if you, I don't like to compare to other war, but if you look at the war in Vietnam, after 60 plus years, they're still pulling bodies out of there. If you put everything in place, that you take that 60-year period and you shrink it to 15, 20 years, I think we're going to have created a big step for humanity and dignity.
And just the announcement today, the creation of this organization, how many families are you or your network in touch with right now, you know, in Canada and abroad?
We're just starting. We started a few months ago, but legally, 2 months? But we're on track. In Canada, we're in touch with 4 families. I'm in touch with families in Australia, Czechoslovakia, Finland, France. And I got connection that I got to call when I get home in Colombia and Brazil.
Yeah, like
Total?
dozens, or it's not
20-ish, but
20,
you know what,
yeah.
we're starting, and that number don't scare me because we're getting known out there.
Yeah.
It's when you start an organization like this, to find not just the legal aid, but the professional aid to help us to create that network, it takes time. We're gonna go day by day, making sure we're doing it the right way to get on a solid base and grow as an organization. But now I got no doubts that we'll succeed. We just need a bit more time to get it running properly. And even those family, like, when I get the family, I help them out to the best I can. And it's hard because when you go back in like 4 years ago, I'm not going to give you a name of families, but when you talk to a family that happened to them 4 years ago, you're opening people that I'm not sure they want to open. The more recent missing in action or deceased person, those families need more help. When you close your stuff for a family, when after that long they already start to grieve the best they could, they don't want to go back, and you're opening one. And I had the experience with a few families, like, I'm not going to push a family to do something that they don't want to do. I'm there, you need it, I'll be more than happy to help you, but I'm not going to force any family to join us and to push to go public. I chose to go public because that's the only way you can have something more with you guys, the media, to spread the awareness of that, and then more people are getting interested in what we're doing, and slowly, but I've been on the road, I don't know, I got maybe at least 40,000 clicks from Washington to Kiev to Toronto, 3 times in Ottawa, twice in Montreal, traveling around. And like, you know what, right now none of it came from donation, it's all from my pocket, so I'm trying to do the right thing the right way. And everything's going to be falling in place. There's good organization out there. When I went to Kiev, it's just that we need to structure them better and achieve the goal that the families are looking for.
I might ask Mr. Kulish, if you don't mind just spelling your name. I don't think you were in the press advisory, so just so the broadcasters have this in the tape.
Sure. First name Taras, Taras. Last name Kulish, Kulish.
I don't think I had any further questions unless there's anything you wanted to share on what we just discussed.
Thank you so much. One of the goals of the League is to encourage and foster other governments as well, international governments and organizations, to assist Ukraine, so that Ukraine does not bear the sole burden by itself, but that other governments will help step in with their expertise. And so we're hoping, the League is hoping as well, that Canadian parliamentarians, and this is why we're doing this here on Parliament Hill, that Canadian parliamentarians will also take up the call and assist with advocating to get resources over to Ukrainians, over to the Ukrainian government, and training as well.
And do you have a sense of what those resources that are missing might look like? For example, that Ukraine might need more help in X, Y, Z.
The type of resources like either medical or the type of resources that Canada has expertise in could be type of CSI resources that just for identification, DNA. These are the type of resources where particularly Canada and other countries, the United States as well, because of their experience and expertise with the Vietnam War, as Mr. Mazerolle stated. Thank you.
If journalists on Zoom have a question, please use the raise hand function. Si les journalistes sur Zoom ont une question, s'il vous plaît, utilisez la fonction main levée. Thank you. This concludes the press conference. Merci, c'est ce même pas cette conférence de presse.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci tout le monde. Merci beaucoup.